Well, it looks like there's one vapor trail up there. Yeah, a couple of them other trails. It's kind of picking up the layers of fog. It's actually pretty neat looking. There's like 7 or 8 different layers before you get to the top of the trees. But hey, there's the morning. And she looks like she's walking funny. I think she is. I think it's that one that we had in a few times. I could be wrong. Hard to tell from here. My phone makes funny noises because that stupid assistant thing decides that I said something it wanted to know something about. That's just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, there's the frog that way too. And I don't know what happened to our moon. It should have been up here. But I think there's not much to see of it, so maybe it moved on. It's around the corner of the world over there. Oh well. We're going to see, I hope, if today works right. We're going to see how much manure we can get hauled out of here. But I don't think we're going to take it out of there. I think we're going to take it out over here. I think. Because, you know, I can, if I have to later, I can go from there to there. But we're going to go up the road. I think it'll load faster out of there. And, I mean, either way, you got to get in here to load it. I got to move those creep feeders out of the way, I suppose. And if we can get that done today, might even, God knows, might even be able to get that stuff disked in today, but I think it's going to need a day to cook and stick to the ground. We'll see. It's supposed to rain Friday. And Wednesday we're preg checking and brucellosis-ing. And whatever horns need to get knocked off will get knocked off. So it's kind of a screwed up day for getting anything else done. It's chilly out here too. 38 degrees this morning. Oh, I know a bunch of you got it colder than that. Some of you didn't even get that high yesterday. But keep in mind, we're going to be 80 later, I'm sure. But there we, what'd you do? You slipped your halter. You slipped your halter, you sneaky little bug. Huh, yeah? Yeah? That happens. It does, it does. That's why when you go to fair, they got a neck rope on them too, and I've seen those get slipped. Yeah, that's why she's in there, can't go nowhere. Time to take it to the barn, fix the alleyway. I got 2 gates down there to fix. So that's how we do this. Strap it on there and go. The bad thing is the 2 gates, I gotta unload it and then roll it across all that rough concrete. But hey, we're gonna make her work. I know, light's wrong, can't see nothing. At least I can't see it. 1/8 of an inch gap in there because that's what came out of it. Got them lined up as good as they're gonna get. And I've got just enough ground lead to hook it on one of those C-clamps and reach without having to unstrap the welder and move it to this side of the bucket. And hey, something cool. Not that I get visitors often, but I had a phone call last night. People own a piece of ground that got split up that we used to farm. And it's not conducive for us to farm anymore with where it's at, how everything's gone on around it. But they wanted to come visit with us today, so we just had a nice visit out here in the yard. And hey, they watched my videos, so cool. Thank you, Russ and Heidi. It was really good to meet you in person instead of just over the phone like it's been the last couple of years. And I'm glad you watch. I appreciate it very much. So I'd video that while I try to weld it, but there's no good place to, even if I had my magnet mount, I don't think I could get you where you could see it. Magnet mount's right here in the skid steer, but I don't think there's a good spot, so I'll just show you what we got when we're done. Well, it's fixed. I knew I was going to have to grind a little bit off. I didn't realize, I mean, I'm glad I did grind as high as I did. I didn't realize that came over like it did when it comes this way. But it all clears. Works should. And I had this brilliant idea. It was truly an awesome idea for this. I was going to weld a nut on the other side on both of them and take a piece of pipe that would run down here low enough so they wouldn't get their head under, and we'd just bolt it on, leave it loose. Yeah, there is an issue with that, this bracket. Let's see. So you know where the bracket is, so now follow where that goes. Yeah, there's nowhere, because it would put the pipe right here, and it's not like we're going to be able to bend it if it's bent, so it'll be out of the way to clear. It's still going to leave too wide of a hole. So I think we're just going to take a couple pieces of angle iron and a piece of tubing. Yeah, my mouse over there is going to go do it for me. I'll do that when I get the welder back in the shop. And the only time we need it is when we're opened up or closed up all the way. And they're setting pretty well parallel, so we'll just hang it on there when we need it and take it off when we don't. That's the easiest thing I can think of. Didn't show you the before picture, but that poor gate got a little loader blight on it quite a few years ago. Can't tell where it come down, can you? Put the jack under it. She stood up above, jacked it up. It's in place. I'm not sure I'm going to weld it yet. It might be fun. She don't know what Whiskey's doing. He's hiding down here. Oh, he may be looking for critters. And this is the original creep gate that Dad made when this part of the barn was built. But you know, pipes weren't long enough. This one broke a long time ago, and it's been offset, and something's going to get hurt on it. So it's straightened up. Got the hammer wedged in there so we keep our height. I'm going to start by getting it welded up. Then jump up to that one. It still ain't perfectly straight, but that's okay. Somebody shit on the gate. Either that or somebody was throwing shit through it.
No, someone actually shit on the gate.
See, she's blaming it on the cows, of course. Kind of like in here, somebody shit on the floor and she's blaming it on the cows. And she wants me to try to fix this. Yeah. The galvy's thicker than the metal is, so we'll see. We may straighten it up and see if it'll tack back together, but I hate doing that stuff. I don't like getting burnt that bad. And, you know, it'd be like coming in here with a package full of sparklers and lighting them and throwing them on the ground and see how far they go. Anyway, got the cord down here. Just got to get the welder down here. Well, I fixed this one. Don't worry about the kink. It's okay. It's stuck back like it should be. That's on the wrong side, but tough shit. And a bunch of this row were all broke loose all the way down, so they're done. Threw a few sparks in here, but nothing happened. And while I was straightening that rod on that one, had the gate across here, heard this strange noise. That thing took off downhill, even with the wheel blocked. And yeah, I got the bottom of that one all welded back up. This one all done. I know Nelson's going, I didn't see any sparks show. Yeah, sorry. I went over Dad's weld. I didn't go do the bottom of it. I just did most of it. A lot more there than there used to be. And I was thinking, I mean, we rolled this thing in here, and that was a bitch getting it in here because of the floor. And give you an idea, I stand about right here, and eye level for me is the bottom of that bucket on the skid steer. So, in about, what do we got? Well, we're that far up, so in 60 feet, we got almost a 6-foot rise. That's got to go all the way back up there. The last time that was in here was when we put the lockups in, and there's bars in here going back to the steel posts and back to the power pole post, holding everything together. Those were welded in place, but that was strapped in the loader bucket. Made it a whole lot easier. Now, if we weren't pushed for time the other night, could have done it with a loader, but the hard way. And we just got to looking. That extension cord makes it, about 2 feet this side of that pile of manure. And this has got quite a bit of cord on it. And she was thinking we had something wrong with the lockups at the other end. But there's not, but we can reach it easily. We can actually reach quite a bit of the barn. If I stretched all the way down, I can probably almost reach that lower wall. It'd be really close. And coming from the other way, I think we can get at least to the end of the feeder over there. Maybe. Not quite that. Well, anyway, let them back in at the gate shut. She's giving them their nightly treat. They didn't eat all their hay today, which is fine. It just saves having to give them more tonight, right? She just watered those others again, and they're going to get turned loose tonight because I found out last night when my mother called me at about 6 o'clock or so. We're preg checking tomorrow morning at 8:30. That's why they had to get this stuff fixed. And we preg check first, then we brucellosis the heifer calves and dehorn any of the calves that need it. The reason you preg check first, cows will go literally apeshit at the smell of blood. So get them out of the way first. Then you're only affecting the ones who, number one, are old enough to know better. And number two, the ones you got to make bleed if you need to when they dehorn. And like Becky asked earlier, well, why dehorn the ones that are getting shipped? You learn some things watching videos. It happened to be on a TikTok video. Somebody asked this of someone, why do you dehorn everybody even though you're shipping them? Why put the money into it? Well, if you already got the vet there and you're already doing other stuff anyway, I mean, we got maybe five or six that will actually get dehorned. It takes him about maybe 5 minutes a piece. So, okay, figure what they're charging an hour. Yeah, that 5 minutes costs you a few pennies. But they say you get 15 to 20% more money at the auction if they are dehorned versus if they're not. So that if it's 15%, hey, you're 10% ahead. That's the way I look at it. Kind of like why set your combine up to run the grain so clean? Because you don't get docked. Dockage kills. People don't realize it. So anyway, that's a long enough video. We're going to kill ourselves. Now, I mean, we're going to...
I already did. I got kicked sometimes.
And she's still complaining. She's been in there playing kick the calf. I mean, getting kicked a human. Anyway, I can come in farther with a skid steer, but it's not worth it. I can only come in another 10 feet. That's the flat part.
10 feet. We don't have to push this bitch uphill.
That's flat up there.
None of this barn is flat.
And that's 10 feet. That's going to put us right into the water troughs where we aren't able to maneuver this thing to get it into the bucket.
None of this place is flat.
No, really? Is that why everything is stair-stepped?
Well, I mean, if you don't count the stair steps,
I mean-
those are flat.
Here, I already got manure all over that step anyway. Even that feeder, this end is about 2.5 feet from the ground level up to the feeder. That far end's almost 4 feet.
Oh, I'm gonna suck.
Gotta love it. Anyway, hope y'all had a good Tuesday. Let's pray for a great hump day.